Hi, and welcome to Outside the Box, episode 9, is it?
I have no idea. Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so now we're just like going to check out this Pizza Tower gameplay, which we'll be discussing about, as well as we're talking about the PC that I built, and some other future stuff that's part of the, I think it was the special, PC special with it, so yeah.
Yeah. PC Master Race.
Anyway, so to begin with, I've been playing Pizza Tower, which is one of the first Steam games after building my computer. I do have a GTX 1070 in the moment, which is pretty much good enough for this one. But during the Steam sales, I got some bunch of games, and then I just went into Pizza Tower, which I got for 11 quid. And so far, it's just really good. Like the controls. You know that the controls is it's a simple going around and you do dash and jump, which is a bit like Wario Land 4. But there's a gimmick where if you hold down the right trigger, you can actually do the max speed. So you can speed up like Sonic, and then you can ram into buildings, or blocks and metal as well.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
So the method of the game is that, I don't know if you played Wario Land 4, right?
I have played Wario Land 4, yeah. So you got the same kind of shoulder barges Wario has from Mario Land 4. Wario Land 4 is a fantastic game as well, by the way, if you haven't played that. I think it's on the Nintendo Switch Online. It is a Game Boy Advance game, so that's a really fun platform.
Well, if it's on Switch Online, that would be great, but I think you can only get Wario Land 3.
Oh, right, yeah, that's free, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, it's funny,
I like this art style. I think it's very Wario-esque, but it's kind of fluid as well. It's an interesting, unique art style to it. I also find it hilarious that you bought a brand new computer, and this is the game that shows off how powerful your computer is.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to get the most intensive graphics game. I'm going to play Pizza Tower. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the controls are pretty slick, and when I noticed you use a right trigger to go faster, that just really makes the game really sick and really fluid. Oh, here we go. Check it out. Pizza time. If you give it a listen.
In the words of Spider-Man, a.k.a. Tobey Maguire, it's pizza time. Pizza time. Good film. I recommend. So this is Pizza Tower. I've never played it, but I've heard good things.
It is.
It is exclusive to PC at the moment, I believe, but I'm assuming this is going to come to other platforms at some point because it's so popular. I can't say it's just on PC for it.
I do hope that it will come over to Game Pass, but I think it's most likely to be on a Switch. But yeah, PC is the only platform you can get it. But I think it works on Steam Deck as well.
Ooh. PC. So we like to say, even though we're an Xbox podcast, Xbox kind of encompasses PC as well, doesn't it, at the moment? So we're kind of almost becoming a PC podcast as well. And as I said, hopefully soon I'm going to be buying a new computer, a new laptop, so I can play games on it. But
yes.
I'm waiting for the payday, which I'm still waiting for. But you've just got a new computer, so PC gaming, the Master Race has arrived.
Yeah, so what I did is I've been doing a lot of research. I want them to have a PC that can do video editing, and it's not mainly for games. So I just got a 13th generation processor, and I've got some RAM as well. But certainly have a lot of firsts there. There's 32GB RAM that has RGB lighting on it. It has RGB lighting on the processor cooler, and I also got some RGB lighting for the fans. So it's really interesting.
Interesting. Oh, 8. You got an A. Nice. Very nice. It's me. It's the man.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's the first time doing the RGB lighting. Also, it's the first time I've been dealing with M2 cards. Unlike the SSD 2.5 inches and the huge hard drives, you've got single sticks that's flash memory. So it's really interesting because it goes in the PCI card parts of the motherboard, which you then you have to put at the 30-degree angles, and then you press it down and fix it with a screw. Like, as long as you follow the instructions, you should be able to put it in all right. The interesting thing is that the primary SSD, you can put a the thermal pad on it, so it just like cools a bit down. But others you don't need to put on, but it helps if you have it available. But yeah, I was able to get like 5 terabytes of memory, 1 terabyte for the boot, and 4 terabytes for like video production and whatnot, as well as some games. All in SSD speeds. And then there's just like got some extra features like USB-C support and RGB plugs in that works with the lights. So yeah, I also got a case that's very easy to cable the cables in it. So like you put the motherboard and then you feed the cables behind the shroud there, as well as a power supply. So now you just have a really nice looking case as well, which is much better compared to my old desktop build. I've been building a few PCs before, starting in like 2002, and I like to think as if it's easier to not only build a PC, but also to tidy your cables. But yeah, I think there were some shortfalls. Like, it's the first time I spray painted my PC case with more colors, but it's a bit of a learning process because you have to make sure you do it in the right coats and making sure you don't make it too thick. And even so, I got a bit of a texture problem, and it's definitely a huge learning process with it as well. But when I showed it online, people love the colors on it, and I also did some extra bits in it. And now it looks very pretty compared to my old desktop, which is like no RGB and like all the pretty much like doing it for just like power, and it's just like just fine, does the job. And it was built in like 2013, a month or two before I purchased the PlayStation 4. But so far, even though I haven't got a most powerful graphics card, does the job well, and it boots up much quicker, which is really, really impressive.
Yeah. Are you jumping into some woman's eyeballs? That's really weird and creepy. I don't like that.
Yeah, you just go to like secret areas, which you should get into all of it to get higher ranks. Also, I noticed like going into some random room and there's nothing there. It turns out that if you haven't finished the tutorial quickly enough, or if you beat the level before, you'll get this like pizza portal that if you go through it, you have another lap where you go against the timer again and get more points.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say about when you were saying about painting your PC and about the light, like you don't want to have dark colors and stuff underneath or light colors underneath it. I know it's not really the same thing, but I remember when I was like in when I was like rocker kid in high school, I dyed my hair like bright blonde, like bleached it, and then I tried to dye it black like a couple of months later. It turned my hair purple. So you got to be careful with these things.
Yeah,
like that's like what it reminded me of when you said about painting in different colors. I went from blonde, I wanted dark blue, and it went like neon blue, and then I tried to get rid of that, changed it black, and then it went to purple. So it's like you just got to be careful with when you're mixing colors and try and figure out you got the right layering and stuff. I know it's not the same thing really, but I think imagining you painting your PC case and you just getting the wrong color because you've obviously put the wrong coating below it can completely mess it all up. So I get that completely. Yeah.
Well, mind you, and
I had weird hair colors.
It's a lot different, but for a moment there, you just make it sound as if you're once like Guy Fieri going off the flavor.
I had really bright blonde hair at one point in my teenage years.
Yeah.
I was very rock and roll. I love my rock music, and I wanted to just have I wanted to stand out.
Anyway, the spray paint is the spray paint is different. It's acrylics, and you do have like problems with overspray and making sure you don't spray too much, and you get in like different separate coats, which it's not that easy to get a perfect finish. and it's just for the reason that if you do a lot more of those spray painting projects, you get much better. And it's just something like, if I want to fix up my PC case, hopefully it's not too difficult to take the parts away, so I can like sand the case down and paint it again. But my PC case is like pop air, and it's in white, and I just sprayed some more colors into it. But you got like siren turquoise accents, which work very well compared to the pink, which I got inside the case, which is like really good. But yeah, so far works nicely. First time I got Windows 11, which I sort of set it up without setting the Microsoft account on it. But then it's something I would really need to like get used to it. And so far, not that much different with Windows 10, but it's just a bit more intrusive, which is why people don't seem to trust it. Also, they did like changes to the user interface, which does have a bit of a learning curve, even if you're on like a Windows 10. But for the many users purposes there, I'm just glad I got the right components and got it working. But because of the capture card I used to have, which is an AVA Media, which is on the smaller PCI port, there's no like smaller PCI port, so I'll probably have to get a new capture card that works with the full PCI Express down on the bottom. Like I think I got a small ATX one and not the ITX, which is not supported for my needs. But yeah, it's just like lots of cool stuff with it. And at the moment, I'm recording on it, so yeah.
Yeah, I need to get a new computer soon. Anyone has any recommendations of really good laptops for about £1,000? I really appreciate it. We were talking about the handheld. What's it called? The handheld on the podcast. I forgot what it's called now. Again, I forgot its name. You remember what the name is?
Yes.
What's it called?
This is a Asus Ally, so that's cool.
That's it, the Asus Ally. Yeah, so I saw an Asus like laptop. Yeah, very nice. I saw an Asus laptop that was like about £1,000 that had like all the good stuff. That basically would run most of my games and stuff on it. So I'm thinking about buying that. But if anyone has any recommendations, let me know in the comments below. I've heard Alienware is a bit of a rip-off. I heard Nvidia is pretty good. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not the best when it comes to PCs, but I do want to get into PC gaming. But I don't have the space for a desktop, so I need to get an expensive laptop. And if anyone has any ideas, let me know in the comments below.
Yeah, we're using a Ultrabook as well, so I think you'll be spoiled if you get a gaming laptop, which is a bit chunkier, but it just like does more of your needs. You get much better gaming components in it compared to the Ultrabook for the price. So
yeah, because at the moment I'm on a Dell Inspiron i7 7000 series, which is like 8 years old. Big chunky thing, but it was state of the art when I bought it. I love it, but it's dying. It's like we're on Discord now, and all I got is like show notes and stuff up, and it's like overheated, and you can cook an egg on it, like we said in the podcast. It's really hot and bothered. It needs to get a new laptop sooner rather than later, but I can't afford it at the moment. I said hopefully I'll get a payday soon, and I can get a new laptop. Yeah, I was thinking the same make as the Ally. I can't remember. I keep forgetting the name. Acer. I got a couple of ideas for laptops. If anyone knows any good laptops, let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate that.
Yes.
And in work, I work on a Windows Surface Pro, and that's okay, but I wouldn't really say that's a good for gaming and for video editing. If I was just doing like word processing and stuff, it'd be fine. But yeah, anything more than that, I need to get a proper, powerful laptop. I think for sure.
Yeah. So I just talking about the future episodes of the podcast. I'm still the one doing the recording, but I don't know whether you get a new laptop. It might be easier for you to record episodes on it as well. Do you think so?
I mean, we could take turns. That'd be nice. Like every other week we do one each. I mean, it's simple as that. I can still record it on my current laptop, but it does chug along a little bit. So it's really up to you. And I like to keep it simple, but you like to have all the bells and whistles and which is fair enough. There's pros and cons to both ways of doing podcasts. But me personally, I like to try and keep it as basic as possible, which is good for a computer that barely runs.
Yeah, because for the earlier podcast episodes, you used your laptop because I don't think I got the strong enough power of my machines. So I just got the Mac Mini, and I was able to like do the recording for the podcasts. Works with the GarageBand and the OBS, but I think it's just reached into some bottlenecks with the M1 chip, and I'm not like pleased with it. But when I got like a new PC, it seems like I'm already seeing the benefits to it, so it should be easier for me to record. But then once you get your new laptop, it's just like, well, even if I end up being the one who records all the time, I'm still sure this would be a huge benefit to you when it comes to like doing wrestling reacts and everything. Did you think?
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's like the main reason I want to get a new laptop is for my YouTube, well, for both YouTube channels, for my Xbox the Box and for my Potato Pro Wrestling channel. If you like wrestling, go check out Potato Pro Wrestling. Hoping to get a new laptop soon. I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail, but just my employer said that I should be getting a payday point. Don't know when it's going to be. Could be any time now. Could be like tomorrow. Could be 6 months from now. Could be a year from now. I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later because I need a new laptop and I can't really afford it at the moment. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah. But anyway, so for now, I got a new PC and I'm planning to do all the episodes and doing reacts on it as well on my Windows laptop, and it's got the space there. But because I use an external SSD to do the Final Cut with, which at the moment it's like journaled, which means that it's not recognized by Windows, it's a little question whether I would deal with a USB 3 or not. But I'm sticking the USB 3 flash drives to whether I want to send any of the video files to editing on the Mac Mini. But I'm hoping to do like record and edit podcasts on my Windows machine. So I'm going to try with my Caden Live, which is an open source video editor. But I'm also looking to do DaVinci Resolve. So if you've got any tips and suggestions with it, let me know. But I'm hoping to like deal with these without having to put all the video production on the Mac Mini, which I'll be doing for like shorter professional videos on it as well, which Final Cut Pro does a fantastic job for me. But when it comes to batch recording like podcasts, I'm hoping to get a more simplified video editor to do the job. But yeah,
it does.
But yeah, so far, pretty impressed with my PC, and just crossing the fingers that all turns out well. But at the same time, I can like get to play Pizza Tower on it, which is like cool. And also
Pizza
Halo
Tower,
Infinite because
intensive game.
Yeah, but I also got Halo Infinite on my PC too, which I haven't installed it yet, but I'm hoping to like get it working, and even with a new graphics card, so la-di-da. But speaking of Pizza Tower, my review is that I had a huge blast out of this game. The controls are sick. I love the controller interface, especially the right bumper. And it's always best to do it with the Xbox controller, which works out of the box. It's a bit challenging, but if you know all the tricks, you can get like play again for P ranks, and it's what adds to the replay value, which is why I'm hoping that it comes out on the Switch, or even better on the Xbox Game Pass. So we didn't get any news with that. But if you've got any news about Pizza Tower, whether it comes to consoles, let us know in the comments below. But right now, it's like loads of fun. It's really cheap, good value, and you can get it on Steam for like 11 quid in the moment because of the Steam summer sale. So I would say if I were to give it out of 5, I would say 4 out of 5. But then if you really persuade me enough, I can give it 5 out of 5.
Wow. That's big. I would review it, but I haven't played it, so I'll have to let you guys. I'll have to
buy it.
Your judgment on that one. When it comes to Xbox, I'll be playing it for sure.
Yes. So
okay.
So anyway, I think there's some like other things too. Like I got a new PC. There's a Steam sale. So which one game would you recommend me to buy?
Oof, I don't know. I haven't seen the Steam sale. I need to have a look what's on sale. To be honest.
Well, the Master Chief Collection is like for £7, but then I got it on the Game Pass, so I don't know whether you wanted
Maybe
Steam
worth
or
getting
the yeah.
Might as well get it.
Look at that.
I'm not really sure, to be honest. Yeah, with obviously Steam sales are like were my weakness in like university and stuff. I'd end up spending a lot of money that I can't afford just because the Steam sale was on. So yeah, be careful out there, people. Oh my god, scary Pepper! I don't like it. Creepy Pepper. Is there anything else we wanted to cover today?
I think that's about it, because I was thinking it would be like about 13 minutes, but it's already like it's going to be 1080p with 60 frames per second, which is also a good test for like a PC stuff. So far, really good results. But I still plan to use a Mac Mini for doing professional videos, because I'm also going to do my own YouTube channel. But I took some time aside to work on my own projects, as well as like doing some like building the computer stuff. But yeah, I have plans to use a Mac Mini, especially for writing. And yeah, just trying to keep the whole suite. I'm also trying to do another website, which could be using like Hugo, stuff like that. So I got a lot going on. So, but apart from that, trying to socialize more and overcome my social anxiety. But yeah, I already dribbled on a lot.
Me too. That's all right. It was all good. I really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. Yes, if you guys are interested in Pizza Tower, go pick it up on Steam. Message the people who made it. Go tell them to bring it to Xbox and Game Pass.
Yes.
Harass them.
I need to make a short out of it. I've been thinking about it for months.
You have, yeah. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on. I know I wasn't very knowledgeable about Pizza Tower or PCs for that matter, but thanks for having me on anyway. I appreciate it.
And thank you for joining too, because even if you haven't played it, it's always good to hear from me on what I think of it, and also use this time to like play some like talk about PC stuff. Because to be honest, I've been like building PCs for a few years, and I think it's just really good. So, but yeah, thanks for that. And if you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. So take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the X Marks the Box podcast. Follow us at X Marks Box on Twitter or X Marks the Box on YouTube. And follow us on all audio podcast services. Thanks for listening.